We've just begun to fight, but competitors are in full flight. We're bound to do all right with Farmalls painted white. Hey YouTube, this is Farmall 51 here, and this is part of the 1950 Mid-Century Campaign, International Harvester, or better known as the White Demonstrator Program, where International Harvester painted the Farmall Cub, Farmall Super A, and Farmall C white. Here we have a 1950 Farmall Cub. There's really no documentation kept from the factory on the number of tractors that were painted white or in the program. Like I say, this was something they did in early 1950 to more or less revive those three tractor models. The Farmall Cub, the Farmall Super A, and the Farmall C sales had started declining slightly, and this was basically a way to revamp those few models there. I think the sales had started slipping on these three in particular. With this Farmall Cub here, you can see a few little features were painted red, and what I was told and what I've read is that was more like an accent type thing. They didn't want to completely paint the whole thing white. But you can see here, I believe this Cub here is mostly correct. But this was these were used as demonstrator models, and they would be taken out to a farmer to demonstrate and draw attention to the Farmall Cub, Super A, and Farmall C tractors. There's the magneto on this. Like I say, it's a typical Farmall Cub. There's nothing really different about this Cub other than the paint scheme. And here I'm showing you the date code here. T is for 1950, so this particular right here was March the 6th of 1950. And in these demonstrators, you'll see date codes ranging from 12 of 1949 until late March, I would say, of 1950. I had a 1950 Cub demonstrator that most everything on it was December the 31st or January the 6th of 1950. December the 31st of 49, but there's a little printout here. But this here's a white demonstrator Super A. I believe he had to change out the front bolster at one point. You can see here, this is 12/19 of 49. The year 49 would be indicated with a S, and like I say, 1950 would be indicated with a T. So that's typical. Like I say, those parts when they were produced, when they pulled them out of the bin, I'm anywhere mid to late December of 49 would be acceptable. And I apologize. The dust in here was horrible in the tent. So from the tractor pull the day before, I believe. That's the only bad thing about these white demonstrator models is they show every bit of dust or grease, gas running down, oil dripping somewhere. But this here, the C's, I know the C's and the other A's and Cubs had it too, but they had a demonstrator decal, and they would have stars that would be located on the hood showing talking about the steering, cultivators, hydraulics, little features that they wanted to point out. But the white demonstrator tractors are not super rare. They're very unique, and I would say they were kind of rare and unique. Like I say, it was just a special program, kind of like the gold demonstrators or any other thing like that International did. Like I say, nothing was different about the tractors other than just the paint scheme. But having to move around all the stuff we had in there. But you can see here, this is, I believe that's a 3/8 of 1950. Or March the 8th of 1950. Uh, so the first 3 months of 1950, they produced these tractors, and there was some red made in between uh, the white demonstrator tractors. So if you have a red one, the best way to look is under the floor plate and places like that. That would uh, the International Harvester was told the dealers to repaint these tractors before they were sold to the public. So very rarely will you find one that was still white from uh, the dealer. They were told to repaint these before they were sold back to the public, back to Farmall red, of course. And here's some photos I took of the tractor. So that it was just a short little time to revamp the line, start them back up, kind of get everything, get more interest in those models. But probably one of the biggest questions I got asked the entire time these three here were in the tent was, why are they white? Why are they white? And that's if you own a demonstrator, you've heard that, I'm sure, 100 times. But pretty much, International Harvester used a lot of advertising campaigns to sell their tractors to the public, and the usual Farmall red that they were known for. By painting them white, it really caught the eye when you would go to the dealership. And I believe each dealership got a couple of each model that were painted white. I'm not sure exactly how many each dealership got, but like I say, it really caught the eye of the public and brought the public to the dealerships, brought the public's attention to the tractors, and kind of, I say, revamped the line, or just, and just basically brought more interest in those particular models. And here you can see I've got some advertising literature that I own, that a lot of it I scanned and put on here for you. But it was showing the marketing campaigns, or the marketing that they would use, radio ads. I've got several copies of radio ads that they would send out to the dealer, and it would have a blank where you would insert your dealer name. But they really put a lot of work into this program in advertising. In fact, there was one gentleman I talked to when they were tearing a dealership down in the attic. They found the inserts for the Farmall Cub, and some of these photos here, you'll see a little insert in the wheel. They found some of the literature. So, but I believe Maple Hunter makes some of the decals for the Cub and the C and the A to go on the sheet metal there for the demonstrator, the stars and little. I believe there was somebody making some of the inserts at one time as well. But just really neat tractors, and like I say, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.